What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fire here. I'm not gonna say it's a banger because, you know, it's another talking video. It's not really serious, but it kind of is. This video is about like goals and accomplishments I want to set for 2026, and not even for 2026 but for the future in general. And I'm kind of posting this like late 2026. I don't know why. It's been a busy like beginning of the year, so I couldn't even get no content out, and I'll explain why. But basically, yes, this is just another talking video, and it's about, you know, content ideas, accomplishments that we should, you know, set, some goals we want to, you know, achieve. So let's start off. I wasn't, you know, able to get any content out in the beginning of 2026 because, you know, like, it's just been a crazy like just beginning of a year. Like, it was just really busy. I'm not trying to make any excuses or, you know, over exaggerate, but I am being honest, and every time I do tell you this, it's not to like, you know, make it seem like I'm just making an excuse for myself, you know. But honestly, I'm being honest, and I have proof that I've just been busy this beginning of 2026. Like, this new year, I just been really busy. You know, obviously you have to like go to school like almost right after like the new year. Like, you only have like a few days of break left, and then you just go straight back to school. So obviously school was one thing, which would also lead to, you know, just laziness and tiredness, and like it would drain me, obviously, because that's just what school does to me, honestly. Like, I know I go there to learn and stuff, but it also like just at the end of the day, I just wanted to go like take a nap, and like after that nap, like, you know, I'm just not like, you know, I just don't have the energy to just like make content. So that's one thing. Another thing, on the 8th of January, I actually got my license. So I remember December of 2024, sorry, I actually got my permit, and like I was talking about that in my comeback video. But yeah, I actually got my license. So, you know, in that comeback video, if y'all remember that car, that means I'm gonna be whipping that car now. But I still need to get my registration and my license plate, and yes, I am under like my parents' insurance and stuff. So, you know, your boy gets to drive legally, and, you know, we gonna be outside. Hopefully I get to make some content, you know, like do vlogs and stuff, maybe IRL streams, hopefully. I don't think that would be possible though without like all the equipment and stuff, but definitely vlogs for sure. And a few days ago, actually, because today is the 19th, and hopefully I get to post this on the 19th. If not, then, you know, well, that sucks. But I actually got hired, and I got my first ever job a few days ago. I haven't started working yet, you know. I'm just waiting for my you know, I'm waiting for like a form to get sent to my email about like my schedule and stuff. But yeah, this will be my first job. It's basically at this restaurant. My boy Noah hooked me up. Shout out to him, man. He's one of MST's like day ones, you know, and like me and him, we just got close from MST, you know. Shout out to MST as well. So during like December, maybe beginning of January, like we would all hang out, and like my parents were already, you know, like, you know, trying to get me under the insurance, and, you know, it was kind of expensive, and we were just trying to save up some money and get my name in that insurance. So we were trying to save a lot of money, and basically I couldn't really spend some, so every time we hung out, I really didn't like have that much money. Good thing my boy Noah, he hooked me up with some like ideas to work at places, just start applying to places. He even hooked me up with the job he works at, which I'm gonna start working at. So I did get hired, but I'm not working yet, but I will start working real soon once I get an email about my schedule, and I have to like sign a few like papers and stuff. But yeah, basically 2026 is starting off great, but not content wise, but it's still like, you know, we still getting like good with like, you know, some stuff. Like, you know, finally got the license, finally got a job, so I'm about to start making some money while doing this content, so, you know, I could buy some more equipment or some games and stuff, so we could do more stuff together content wise. Already got a car, so we're chilling on that. All I need is the registration and the license plate, and I'm good to go. And let's just say my license plate is pretty fire, literally. So yeah, I'm getting a custom or personalized license plate, so, you know, your boy really about to be just fire, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically that it's been a pretty busy past, like, I'd say 20 days, because you know it's the 19th. Like, obviously, like, you know, it doesn't matter, but it's been a busy past few, like, 20 days. So I'm just trying to get this video out, so then, like, after this video, you know, I could start posting my streams and stuff, and hopefully I don't get lazy, and hopefully I could just keep going, because honestly, like, I really want this. And like, and me not doing it and being lazy and, like, you know, being inconsistent is making me seem that I don't want it, but I really do. So I've been wanting to do this ever since I was like 4, I'd say. You know, I would watch other YouTubers, you know, right after school and stuff. Like, I would just come home, eat, watch YouTube, and I would watch like some YouTubers. And like, honestly, I was getting to that age where I wanted to stop watching, like, you know, kid videos and actually start watching gaming videos, because like, I feel like I was just getting bored and getting too old for that, like, you know, for the kid content, and just I wanted to watch, you know, like YouTubers and gamers and stuff. And basically that's what inspired me to become one. And I remember I would go in my little, like, office. It would be this, like, room I had in my house, and you know, it was, I guess you could just call it an office, because you know, it had a desk, computer, printer, it had everything. And basically I turned that into like kind of a gaming room. Not really, because I would like kind of just play Roblox on there, and you know, like, basically there's this video like app thing, and you can see what I was playing, but I would always just act in front of the camera and talk in front of the camera, and like just act like I was playing games. And like, honestly, it just, I guess you could say, with practice, and prepared me for, you know, talking in front of a real, like, camera right now, and actually posting it on YouTube and playing games and stuff, because I was just so inspired, and I really just wanted to do that. Hold on, we had just had a voice crack right there. Basically, I was just saying, like, yeah, I was just really inspired, and I just really wanted that to be like my passion. Like, I always wanted to make content, and I'm finally doing it. But the thing is, what's the point of making content if, like, you know, no one's watching, no one's, you know, no one's showing like love and support and stuff? But that's why I'm trying to grow my community. And obviously, if you're trying to grow your community, you gotta have some consistency. You gotta cut out the laziness and procrastination and just keep going. And that's what I've been trying to do. And it's hard, it's not easy, but I just gotta act like I'm hungry, and I gotta act like I really want this. Same thing with music. Content creation will always be my number one, but music has always been like a thought of mine as well, because I remember in music classes and stuff at school, people would say I'm like gifted with this voice. Like, people said I had a good voice when I was singing and stuff. And it was before I even discovered rap. I actually wanted to become, like, you know, a pop star, like, you know, actually make pop music. And I remember, like, I had some, like, you know, people that I was inspired with music as well, like, you know, like, let's say for instance Justin Bieber. I guess we could throw in like Bruno Mars, Shawn Mendes. I guess, like, there's a whole lot of people that really inspired me to make music as well. Again, like I said, content creation will always be my number one, but you know, I am also making music because I just feel like that's also another thing I was gifted with, and it's a talent that I have. And I remember watching A Bronx Tale. The message in that movie is basically, the saddest thing in the world is a waste of talent. So by all means, I am not wasting my talent, and I actually am gonna just use this talent to, you know, try to get me up there. And if I blow up from one thing, I'll just promote the others. So for instance, if I blow up from making music, I will just promote my YouTube. And if I blow up from like YouTube or Twitch or whatever, just content creation in general, then I will just promote my music. That way we could get just a fan base going or whatever, or like we have an algorithm growing, and we just have a community and a family, and I just have a whole bunch of supporters. I remember I would take singing lessons. Like, I would go to after school singing lessons. Like, it wouldn't be at my school, but it would be at this place like right next to my school. And like, I just remember I wanted to produce music and make songs. I would write lyrics on paper. I had this keyboard, and I would try to, like, you know, make a melody while singing on top of it. I remember on Instagram one time, you know, like, I posted me singing while playing the keyboard. And honestly, like, just again, like I said, music has been a passion of mine as well, but content creation will always be first. So basically, I talked about my passion, like, you know, like why I really want this. I've talked about things I've accomplished so far, and things we're about to talk about things I want to accomplish. But another thing I have accomplished is it's not really done yet, but basically in my Fortnite event video, I said that I lost 20 pounds because I was doing this workout. It's like this thing where I leave my house, and then there's like this long road, and then basically I would like walk this long road, then there would be another long road, then I would walk down the other long road, and then basically just walk back home. It's kind of hard to explain. This has helped me a lot because walking all that way is way more than like 10,000 steps, and I do jog in between sometimes to, you know, get to, like, you know, break a sweat or something. But it's honestly helped me a lot. I remember when I first started this journey of like kind of losing weight, I remember like I wanted to give up because it was during like April when I first ever started 2025, and I would just stay the same weight. I wouldn't go down nor up. So then I was like, what's the point of me working out if it's just gonna stay the same? So I honestly like gave up for a little bit, and I seen that my weight was going back up. So I'm like, no way, like I need to, like, you know, just maintain the same weight until like I can actually start losing some. So during the summer of like 2025, like I'd say after I came back from Connecticut, so like I'd say August, I would just, you know, just lock in and do my workout every day after school, every day, like in the mornings, on weekends. And honestly, it's helped me a lot because recently, like I'd say around like towards the end of 2025 and now, I've lost a whole bunch of weight. Like I said in my Fortnite event video, I lost 20 pounds, but recently I've lost 30. I'm gonna expose my weight right here, but I did start off at like 328, and my max was like 332. That was like my max weight I've like probably got to. And right now I'm at like 302. Like sometimes like I'm trying to get to 300 right now, and then like I have like, you know, little like, you know, goals for my weight thing, but right now I'm trying to get to 300 and I'm at like 302, maybe 303. It always goes up and down. Sometimes I'll go to like 305, sometimes I'll be at 301, and like basically I need to keep going, because like honestly if I just stop, like it's pointless. But if I keep going, then I'm definitely gonna get to 300. My actual goal is 250, but after 300 I want to get to 280, then I want to get to 270, then after 270 then 250. I'm not gonna say 260 because I don't, it's either I want to be 270 or 250. You know, I'd rather just be 250. I don't want to get skinny, but I just want to cut off some weight, and then I want to gain muscle, because I like being big. Like there's no way I could possibly be skinny, because my build personally, I can't be skinny. Like I said in my comeback video, I can't be skinny, so I'd rather just have muscle than, you know, be kind of just and carry fat on, you know. But yeah, basically I guess you could say I've lost like 20 to 30 pounds so far, and we got like 50 more pounds to go. But honestly, I've been doing good. You know, I use 2 waist trainers. I try to work out. I used to try to work out during the heat, but my parents always are like, no, don't, you're gonna like, you know, catch a heat stroke or something, you might like, you know, have a seizure, die or something. So honestly, I just try to work out in the mornings, but it is really cold in the morning. There is no snow here, because like I do live in Florida, if y'all didn't know, but there is no snow here. But it still be really cold. Like it was 37 this morning while I was working out, and like my hands were so numb and like they were literally freezing. And then also another thing, I actually got a PS5 right here. You know, this is my first ever PlayStation ever. Well, no, not first PlayStation ever, because my dad used to own a PS2, and you know, I would play on that sometimes, but I mainly played Xbox. But this is my first PlayStation that I've personally owned, and I got this so we could play games, and I can finally like, you know, post like some new games for like, you know, for content for streaming. So definitely gonna be getting some games on those. I honestly already have a few games in there that I got ready to stream, don't worry, because I am gonna post like, you know, the other games that I haven't finished yet. Of course, like, one thing I will never do is not finish a series, and I will finish. The only series that I couldn't finish is the Minecraft one, because I lost both worlds, I'm pretty sure. The better Minecraft one and the regular, like, you know, Bedrock one, because I have a different PC now, you know. Like, I'm not gonna say this is new, because I got this PC a year ago during the end of 2024 into 2025. I got this PC, but my old PC, that's where all the, like, you know, my worlds are and stuff. But honestly, those series, they're just gonna have to go by. But the games like, you know, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all that, I will finish, trust me. I remember saying something about Red Dead Redemption. I will finish that, so don't you guys worry, because I've been mentioning that for like, what, 3 years, about to be 4. But trust me, I will stream Red Dead and I will finish it, and I will finish every single game I've played, because there's not gonna be one series that I won't finish unless I die. Another thing that actually reminded me, because I was about to get into accomplishments we were gonna set, but another thing is, I've been, you know, locked in with the Lord. I've been reading my Bible, I've been praying. I'm not gonna say I've been reading and praying every day, but I did kind of want to set that goal of reading and praying every day. But I honestly, like, some days I either forgot or I couldn't, like, because, you know, like, obviously just personal reasons. But I am trying to read more than once a day. So basically, if I do end up reading, like, you know, 2 or 3 times a day, obviously I will catch up for the days that I haven't read, and it will just make up for that. But yeah, now let's recap about things that, you know, I've accomplished. So license, job, PS5, you know, games that we got ready to stream, weight loss, and locking in with Christ. The 5 things I've probably already, like, you know, am accomplishing still, or already have accomplished. Passions again, content creation and music, but obviously content creation first. And now let's talk about things that I want to set for this new year or for the future. So since, you know, I got a job, I still haven't got money. So, you know, obviously one accomplishment is I have to, you know, get some money. Number 2, you know, get to 250. If I don't get to 250 by this year, it's okay. We got next year, we got years before that. But obviously I will lose weight if I continue this consistency. Like, I bet you can tell I've lost some weight already. Oh my gosh, why is my voice cracking? Like, there's no way I'm going through puberty again. Oh my god. But right, like, I bet you guys could tell that I've lost some weight. You know, I lost some face fat, some neck fat, you know. I still got a lot more weight to lose, but don't worry. Another thing, I want to clear up my acne. I think I'm going to the dermatologist somewhere in February. So, and my mom will take me, or yeah, I guess my mom will have to take me, because no way I'm going to take myself. Like, I don't know what I'm going to say there. So, you know, I'll have my mom take me. Another thing is just staying consistent. I really want to stay locked in and consistent in content this new year with music as well. I've been actually working on a project, that's why I haven't been dropping as much music. And sometimes, like, with content as well, like some things that would get in the way is making music, because you guys already know I dropped Rock Out on September 15th 2025, and I'm making a deluxe EP, because Rock Out was originally an EP, which stands for extended play, because some people get that confused with albums. Albums are, I would count from 13 songs, 14 songs and up. And I say EPs are like, you know, 12, 11 songs and below. Now, a single I would say is 1 song. For 2 songs, I would call it a 2-piece. Then there's 3-piece, and then 4-piece is an EP. 5-piece EP, and then 6-piece is also an EP. And then there's, you know, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. Those I would count as EPs as well, which stands for extended play. Because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that Rock Out album was so hard. And I'm not gonna say it gets me mad, but it's just like, it's not an album. Like, I wouldn't count that as an album. It's an extended play, aka EP. But right, anyway, I'm dropping a deluxe EP, which correlates to Rock Out, which is basically just Rock Out Deluxe. And I'm pretty sure I have all songs thought about and ready, but not finished. I still have a few songs that, you know, I gotta like tweak, make sure it's perfect, you know. It just sucks. I really don't want to use BandLab. I don't like BandLab. I don't like being called a BandLab user. No one really calls me that, but it's just like, I wouldn't want to be a BandLab rapper. I want to rap on FL Studio, which is basically what most artists rap on. And I just want to say some of my inspirations for music. We got Che, we got Osama. If y'all didn't know, I am tapped into the underground, like heavily. Like, it probably doesn't even look like I am, but trust me, I'm very into the underground. We got Che, Osama, Pretty, Rex, 1AM. We got Slayer. I wouldn't say Non-Vicious. I honestly don't mess with Non-Vicious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe his music is okay, but I don't mess with him as a person. He honestly just thinks he's better than everyone else, and I honestly don't mess with those type of people. Like, he literally called Lil Uzi, the one who created basically punk rap or rockstar rap, like, he said he was falling off. Like, I don't know. I can't with that. We got Lil Uzi, of course. He's not even underground, but he basically created that type of sound wave. Cardi, I guess, because he also did, but I wouldn't really say I'm inspired by Cardi, but I'm inspired by people who are inspired by Cardi. Yeet was definitely one of my biggest inspirations, but honestly, I'm trying to change that sound because I was honestly sounding way too much like him and rapping way too much, or rapping on beats that sounded way too much like his. But honestly, I'm trying to change it up and turn it into my own kind of like style flow. I know rock out is a lot like rest and bass, but I'm not trying to, you know, make it about like bass. I'm just trying to make it about rock stars living rock star lifestyles, how it is to be a rock star, just a whole lot of punk stuff. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is that this year I'm not trying to sin as much. I'm not gonna say I haven't sinned this year. Obviously, it's hard not to sin. Obviously, being a Christian is not easy. That is one thing, and no one is perfect, but I still want to, you know, like, not like sin and not fall for temptation, because obviously, like, if you're sinning and you keep repenting but still keep doing it, it's honestly just like, what's even the point? And I've been doing that too, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's by accident, but it's not on purpose. I do feel guilt, and like, I feel bad after doing, you know, a sin that I don't want to really do. But honestly, if you're one of those people who, like, you know, you say you believe in God but you don't live for him, then that's just being a lukewarm Christian, which is basically, for example, like, also, you know, sinning and repenting but doing the same cycle over and over again, but, you know, on purpose. That's being a lukewarm Christian. Being an actual Christian is not just saying you believe in God, but also living for Christ and living for God, you know. And that's one thing. If I ever do end up becoming famous or having a little bit of fame, I will never sign any, you know, satanic deals, sign anything. Like, if I were to sign something, I have to do my research before, make sure it's not anything ritualistic, anything satanic. Never that. I rebuke in the name of Jesus. I am a son of Christ. I'm a son of the Lord and our Savior. The sin that I would do in the past, and especially starting at 14, pretty young to start doing that. And I'm not gonna say what. You guys could probably, you know, guess. Don't say it in the comments, but just guess in your head like what I did. But honestly, I'm trying to cut out all the bad temptations and bad sins that I've done in the past, because there's two things that I am kind of struggling with in sinning. But I'm not gonna explain one thing, but the other thing is cussing, for sure, because, you know, cussing, swearing, whatever you want to say, just saying bad words. I never swear to God. I never swear on God. I never put anything on God or Jesus Christ, because that is our Lord and Savior. You know, I'll never ever put anything on Christ and God. Another thing, I never like say anymore, oh my God, because that's just using like God's name and Jesus' name in vain, and it's just not good. Like, they do so much for us, y'all don't understand, and we're just taking it for granted, and that's something we should not do. So that's why usually I just say, oh my gosh, One thing I do say though a lot is gosh dang, but the real thing, like I'll just say right now, god damn. That's one thing, but it's just like, you know, I honestly don't mean to really say, you know, God's name. I just try to say like God's damn, because it's just like, it just sounds, I don't know. But that is a struggle. Honestly, cussing is honestly a struggle, because I grew up with a lot of cussing around me. I grew up around, like, you know, people just, you know, cussing at school, cussing like in the house. Like, it's just part of like my vocabulary. It's part of my parents' vocabulary. I'm not gonna say my sister taught me, but she definitely taught me cuss words for sure. One person I do appreciate too is my sister. Shout out to her. I never really talked about her. I bet y'all didn't even know I had a sister, but you know, shout out to my sister. She taught me everything I know, basically. Like, she's the one who raised me when my mom was like at work. She was the one who's being the babysitter and like taking care of me. If you're watching this, sis, I love you. And if you didn't know I got a job, this was basically the surprise, like, because I didn't want to tell you. I wanted you to like find out somehow. My bad. I just am talking a lot, like, personally. This isn't just supposed to be about accomplishments I want to set. It's just a talking video about how I just feel and what I've just been thinking so far, and like the future. You know, I've been thinking about past tense. But yeah, hopefully guys, I hope you guys could, you know, like support me, you know, put in the comments some, like, you know, supportive things to help me keep going. That would really motivate me to keep going. And like, I don't know, I just need something to just make me be like, dang, like, why am I over here being lazy right now? I should get up and start editing, because I just feel like sometimes, you know, it's a hassle. Nothing ever is easy. Like, of course there is easy things to do, but you'll obviously feel some sort of, you know, laziness or procrastination, or like feel like it's overwhelming because you have to do it all the time, and it's just, instead of being a cycle, it's part of your routine. And sometimes we even get lazy with our routines. Like, you know, I don't make my bed in the morning sometimes, like, because, you know, I have to like rush to get to school and stuff, but I don't make my bed in the morning. Sometimes I'll forget to, like, I know this is, you know, dirty or whatever, but like on the weekend, sometimes I'll forget to brush my teeth at night. Obviously I brush my teeth every day, but sometimes I'll forget at night, and I'm like, dang, I'm already in bed, I'm tired. But honestly, I just need to, you know, just start cutting this lazy stuff out. I know it's probably like, you know, I rebuke in the name of Jesus, and I don't like saying his name, but the devil, like, he sends like feelings to you to make you try to, you know, sin. The closer you get to God, the more he will tempt you. The closer you get to Christ, the more he will try to pull you away from him and try to pull you into his sort of whatever. That's why it's not easy being a Christian, because the more you are closer to God, and the more you are closer to actual peace, the more you will struggle, because the devil will show you peace, but really he's not. He just wants you to, I don't know, he just wants us to be pulled away from Christ. I'm sorry if you guys are not, you know, Christian. Like, I'm sorry if you guys are part of another religious like thing, like if you're Muslim or if you're a Buddhist, you know, I'm sorry like about you hearing this if you believe in something else, her like explaining this, but this is my true religion. I believe that Christ is King. I believe that he is the God, and there is no other God greater than our God. And of course, no hate to any other religion. Like, I show respect to, you know, everyone, no matter what gender, no matter what race, 100%. And honestly, no matter what religion, if you believe in something else, that is good for you. I personally won't try to, you know, persuade you to join our religion, but I will, like, you know, just know our God is, you know, the real God. But honestly, if you believe in something else, that is totally fine. I won't be mad at you. Maybe I'll try to, like, you know, make you believe into art. But one thing I will never do is discriminate towards any other, you know, being. I will never slander or hate any person for what they want to be or what they want to believe in. There's so much unnecessary hate in this world for no absolute reason. All we want, us Christians, is peace and love. Sorry, I'm getting too religious. You know, I don't want this to be just, you know, a whole religious thing. But let's just get back to the topic of accomplishments and future. So like I said about the music, I am trying to, you know, drop this deluxe. I will try to get some content out for sure. This video comes out on Monday. Hopefully I could have a video edited and posted by Friday. Also, my birthday is coming up in February 18th. If y'all didn't know, I'm turning 17 this year. 1 year away from 18, which is crazy. I don't know if 18 is the legal age to be an adult now, because I'm pretty sure I heard something about that changing to 21. But honestly, I still think as 18, as you know, like obviously as 18 you have more privileges and you're not really like a kid anymore, but I still think of it as like, you know, I'm still a teenager. 18, 19, I still think as teenager. I don't say you're an adult till 25 though, because that's when your brain fully stops developing and it's like peak, I guess. I think I'm pretty sure that's about it for the accomplishments I want to set this year. So again, weight loss, you know, 250, get this content out, get this music out, consistency, no procrastination, no distractions, and making money, of course. But I think that's about it for accomplishments I want to set this year. But for the future, definitely, you know, of course, you know, gaining some recognition. Hopefully, no, that is also a thing I want to accomplish this year, gaining recognition. Hopefully I could have, you know, again, like we could have a family, a community, you know, we could grow our algorithm together, guys, and hopefully, you know, we can actually like have, you know, people coming into my streams, people actually watching my videos. Like I want at least a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand people, you know. I don't want to ask for much, and I don't want to like, you know, seem ungrateful for you guys, of course, because you guys have been here since day one. For the people who actually watch me and for the people who actually support me, which I appreciate y'all. But you know, I would love to like, you know, get to know more people. I want more people to know me. I want people to know who I am, what I do, what I live for, what I'm known for. And obviously there will be haters out there, people that will try to get me into allegations. There will be people that will try to bring me down because of jealousy. That is one thing that people do. When people get to a certain point of fame, people will always try to put something on your name that is false or maybe even true, because they'll try to find something that you've done in the past. I have no allegations knowing of right now. Basically, I have nothing to hide, honestly. Anyone who tries to, you know, put me into allegations once I get like some sort of fame, good luck, I guess, because personally, I got nothing. And also for people who like are fake, I guess, like watch me or don't watch me, like they say they do but they don't, or kind of just like lie and say that I'm like, you know, that I'm gonna make it, whatever, but really they think deeply like, oh, like, nah, I don't have any hope for you or anything. Honestly, I honestly don't care. If you don't think I'm going to achieve this, which I will, if you don't think I will gain any recognition, if you don't think I will become one of those big streamers, then honestly, sucks to suck for you, because I will accomplish that. I will make that my goal, make that my future, my destiny, my path, whatever you want to say. I will get in that bag. I will do me, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna believe in what I want to believe in. No one's gonna stop me otherwise. If you guys say something, say it to my face. Don't say nothing on the net, because that's some scary stuff. No one is stopping me on what I want to do. I will do this content, and I know for a fact that I will blow up from this, and no one's stopping me. I'm not gonna say I think, I'm not gonna say if, I'm gonna say I know I will. And once I do, I'm gonna laugh in your face. I'm not gonna do anything crazy though to you, but you know, I will get that last laugh personally. Well, honestly, to those haters, man, suck my fat one. And no, I'm trolling, that's crazy. But again, to the haters, man, you could continue hating, and if you want, comment something. I don't care, because that's honestly helping me out. You coming to my videos and typing something is just helping me out instantly, like that. No one's telling me otherwise. I will do what I want to do, and no one's stopping me. And if you want to do the same thing as me, don't try to compete, don't try to be better, don't be jealous. If anything, if you're trying to be an upcoming content creator like me, we should honestly just help each other. And like, if one of us blow up, try to, you know, like make the other person like get known too, you know. Not just, that's one thing with me and OP Sprite. Once he blows up, he said well, I don't know, he never said, but I think he would try to, you know, like shout me out and get me up there, because that's another thing in the future. which I'll explain later. We're gonna, you know, have a plan. But if I blow up, I'm definitely telling my peoples to go to his stuff and go in his stream and go watch his videos, because man, that boy just like me, man. We're just upcoming content creators trying to make a living out of this, because we've been wanting to do this ever since we were kids. OP Sprite, aka Alex, that is my first friend personally. I remember going into pre-K, you know, like I guess you could say in daycare, maybe I had a few like little like acquaintances, but or maybe even friends too, but I don't talk to them now, so I don't count that as, you know, like my first best friends, you know, or my first friends. But Alex, I met him in pre-K. I remember seeing him first day in pre-K. I was like, I don't know, like we just started becoming friends. I don't even remember having like that much of a consciousness. Like obviously I remember things, but I don't remember, you know, like controlling my life then, I guess you could say. But I just know that me and my boy OP Sprite, aka Alex, we've been locked in since day one. We still talk to this day, of course. That is my brother, bro. I personally don't have a biological brother, but to me that is a brother to me more than anyone. Being friends from 3 years old to being 16, well he's 17 now, you know, but me, and I'm also about to be 17, but being from 3 years old to 17 is outrageous, and we're still gonna go crazy, because one thing I'm gonna explain now actually is we've been planning on, after high school, like after graduation or whatever, we were planning on moving in together. You know, we were gonna move into an apartment, and we just want to make content together. Hopefully we could save up some money together so we could get equipment for IRL streams, because IRL streams will go crazy with me and him. But we're definitely gonna do some gaming videos and reactions and all that and streams. But yeah, hopefully once, you know, we're 18, because Alex currently lives in Connecticut, I currently live in Florida, and he's been wanting to move to Florida for the longest, but I don't want to, you know, like tell his business or anything, but something is holding him back. But he said once he turns 18, he will try to move here. Maybe his mom will move here too, I'm not sure. But me and him are definitely gonna try to get an apartment, and we're gonna kind of do it close to my parents, because like one day, you know, like obviously some days we'll go to my parents' house, and you know, or well, this house, and you know, my parents will cook for us and stuff, and you know, like it'll just be a blast. But we want to, you know, just move in together, do content together, and like we've been thinking about this for the longest time. We've already looked at like apartments near like around the area I live in right now, and like prices and stuff, and like, you know, if pets are allowed or anything. Like we've already been thinking about that, but I will get into more of that like in like another video or something, because I don't want to explain too much. But we've gone into depth about our future and what we want to do, but that's about it, I'm pretty sure, for accomplishments. You know, obviously, you know, getting some play buttons, getting some plaques, maybe streamers of the year, maybe like, you know, we just want to, you know, do what we want to do and have fun with it. And that's about it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for like accomplishments and all that, you know, just gain recognition, move in with my boy OP Sprite, you know, do some content together, definitely get some better equipment, definitely, you know, do some IRL streams, you know, a lot more content. And I want to be up there with the big streamers, big YouTubers, big content creators, like, you know, Aiden Ross, Mr. Beast. His biggest inspo, I'm pretty sure, is Blackboy Max. I'm kind of like with that, like that's not my number one inspo, but definitely I say my number one inspos are more like, you know, Jinxie, Queso, and some of the AFP members. I'm not gonna say all of them, like not Kai Cenat. I wouldn't say Kai Cenat, even though Kai Cenat does a lot of variety of streams. Like honestly, yeah, I'd put Kai Cenat one of my number ones. But I honestly like Phantom's content. Phantom, he's mad funny. Jason the Ween, you know, he's funny too, and I definitely love his content. Like he also, I'm pretty sure he did an IRL stream, or he's done some IRL streams before. But you know, we got a lot of inspos for like streamers and stuff. I wouldn't put Blackboy Max as my number one though, because he mainly just reacts more to music. I personally just like, you know, doing like gaming and reactions to like, you know, videos or stuff, you know. I'm not saying Blackboy Max don't do that, it's just I feel like he mostly just focuses more on making music and reacting to music, which you know, obviously, you know, I make music, I react to music, but I don't want that to be my main like thing in streaming. My main thing, you know, I want to do is like, you know, some IRL. I don't want to do most IRL streams, even though IRL streams are pretty fun, but I'd rather just do a video at that point, or like a vlog. And definitely gaming for sure, playing games, you know. We'll do like some GTA RP, we'll do some story games there. And then again, if you can, comment a few things that, you know, would motivate me, help me out, you know what I'm saying? For the ones who believe in me, you know, the ones that actually have some heart in me to, you know, achieve, you know, this little future of mine that I've been, you know, craving over the past decade. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you who actually, you know, have a care for me, who have no jealousy towards me and what I want to do. And let's just go crazy this year. Let's go crazy every year. Let's go crazy let's just go crazy, guys. Let's just go crazy together. We're gonna blow up like propane, you know. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna set things on fire. Not literally, but you know, because, you know, I'm fire, obviously. But you know, guys, let's just, I think one thing I did forget to mention is once I do get fame, like I said, I will, you know, try to pursue and persuade people into, you know, Christianity, and trying to, like, you know, actually help them, you know, live for Christ. Obviously, if you're part of another religion, please don't, like, you know, try to not hate me or slander me, but like, you don't have to do or believe in what I believe in, but at least just stick around for the content, you know. Like, even though we believe in different things, that shouldn't mean we should have any hatred or just anger towards each other, you know, because I would never do that to another, you know, content creator. Like, I love the Somalian content creators, even though they believe in like Allah or whatever. I think I honestly don't care, you know. They believe in what they want to believe in, I believe in what I want to believe in, but at the end of the day, I love what they're doing, and hopefully, you know, they can show some respect back, because that's one thing I do expect. If I'm showing respect towards you, I expect respect back, you know. But another thing, like I said, I'm pretty sure I already said this actually, but I just want to make it clear again. If I ever do get famous or get any little bit of fame, I will never sell my soul. Again, I would never sign any contract that has to do with satanic things or any rituals that have to do with that sort of negative energy. One thing is, I will never take this like fame for granted. Like, I'm not gonna say I know I am gonna be the greatest streamer, but because I know I'll be a big streamer, I know that for a fact. But if I do end up being the #1 streamer like in the world, I will never take that for granted. I won't use that money just for myself to get, you know, cars, houses, like just have money for like money and fame just for, you know, those type of worldly things. I would want to, you know, donate to charities. And one thing I definitely want to do is definitely go to Africa. I know there's beautiful places in Africa, but I know there are places, because most people think that Africa is, you know, dirty. I don't believe all of Africa is dirty, but I do believe that there are some parts. Every single country in the world has, you know, like a ghetto or like just a low income like status, like, or town or village or city or whatever you want to call it. But I know there is, like, you know, a poverty area in at least every country in this world. But one thing I do want to do is definitely go to these, you know, low income like regions and just, you know, donate, help them out, give them food, water. I will probably, maybe, if I ever like become like a billionaire, trillionaire, yeah, sure, I'll give away money, but like, just don't use the money for no dumb things like, you know, drugs or, you know, unnecessary things. Use that to help you, help your family, you know. I know this is a crazy push, because like in my position right now, like I would never get to being a trillionaire like by tomorrow or probably even by next year, but it's just honestly like ideas I have, because, you know, I will accomplish this. I don't care what anyone says. I know, like I said, it's a crazy push, but anything is possible. Anything is possible. And it says in the Bible too, anything is possible if you just put your trust in Christ and the Lord. But again, guys, sorry for, like, you know, all this yap. I really deeply apologize for the wait as well. hopefully, I think, no, yeah, I'm grabbing something to eat right after this video, grabbing something to drink too, and I'm going straight to editing because I want to post this video at least by tonight, because we've already been recording for like an hour, but hopefully like we can cut this down to like 20-30 minutes. I don't know with all the yapping though, but dang, I actually been sitting down in front of a camera for an hour just talking. That's crazy. I've never really done that before. But again, guys, I'm sorry. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, comment down below some ideas, comment down below some, you know, motivational things to help me out. Check out the links, link in the description down below. Twitter, Insta, TikTok, and Twitch. Of course Twitch, come on, because that's where I be at all the time. I will, again, you know, post some regular videos, not just, you know, streams and like highlights of streams. I will, you know, probably make some videos there and then, and definitely vlogs for sure, but I'm talking about actual gaming videos. I will probably do some of those, but I think it's easier for me for when I stream and then just edit it and then edit the stream and stuff. Again, turn on post notifications YouTube, and turn on post notifications on Twitch so y'all don't miss any banger content, you know, banger videos, banger streams. Again, go follow all the socials because I notify every time I go live, or every time, you know, probably when I post a video on almost every social media. Show some love and support to your boy. Put some faith, believe in me, please, that I can actually, you know, achieve this. Pray for me, guys, too. Pray for me to, you know, get these distractions, get this negative energy, get these temptations out of my head, get this procrastination, everything, and just help me, you know, focus on what I really want to focus on, because right now I really need to focus on 3 things, which is school, work, and content. And then, you know, on the side I'll have some like time for friends and stuff or whatever, because like for content, like obviously I got OP Sprite, like, so I won't be bored and I won't be alone. And also working out too, because, you know, your boy gotta get fit. Once I lose this weight, I'm getting into the weight room and I'm lifting weights, and I'm gonna get big. My dream build right now probably is like John Cena. I'm not gonna lie, like prime John Cena, not John Cena right now, because, you know, he's getting a little skinny because he's getting older. But prime John Cena, bro, he had huge arms, he had huge like pecs. I don't know, I just want to get like that, because that's just, you know, that's perfect, like, you know, kind of build for me. Anyways, again, my bad for all the yap. I have so much things that I want to say more, but, you know, I don't want to like fill y'all with all this talking and yapping, y'all just having to hear my voice. But again, please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Again, check out all of the social links, check out my music, Sleezy in 3D or Sleezy !, all music platforms, and don't miss out on any kind of, you know, music or content I put out, because, you know, if you want your ears blessed, listen to me. If you want me to bless your day with my funniness and my attractiveness, no, I'm trying, sorry, but, you know, with my funniness and, you know, just entertainment, then, you know, don't miss out on a video. I want to post videos not just for me, not just for money, or like obviously money too, but like that's not my main reason. The main reason why I want to make content is not also because it's fun, but because I want to make people's days. I want to put a smile on people's faces. But say they're just having a bad day, I just want them to just, you know, go, like, if they're feeling bad and they need help to cope with their sadness or anger, please just click on one of my videos, and hopefully my videos can help you out and help your day get a lot better and brighter, and actually put a smile on your face and put some shining light in your eyes. Again, when I get up like that, I want to change the world. I want to go crazy. I want people to like, whoa, like that's fire. Like fire, he's that guy. Like fire is like an actual like good content creator. Like I don't want to have any like haters, any people that like, you know, don't like my content. You know, I want everyone to just like be like, dang, like he's actually like, you know. But anyways, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna catch y'all scouts in the next video. Let's go crazy, let's grow this algorithm, and let's make this community bigger as one big family.